So, welcome to the cleaning video. This video is going to be a basic outline of some of the main cleaning instructions to keep the Hedonisia community running nice and smoothly. The first thing when someone's doing cleaning is to do the laundry. And what you do is you check over here. Usually you check in these barrels. This one that says sheets, these are the bed sheets from the guests who've departed. We check to see that it's empty, and it is. We check to see the rags. There's only a couple of rags, so there's not enough to do laundry. And when we're walking around, if there is laundry in there, then we take them and we put them into the laundry zone. The laundry zone is easy to operate. It's simple, basic laundry. You got your small load, large load. We always leave it at a cold setting because it's a cold water wash. And then what we do is we put the liquids in first. We put the laundry in, the washing powder in first, or the liquid. Then we turn it on so it dissolves in, and then we add the laundry. Now, because we use old towels, they sometimes just join up in the laundry. So we got to separate them out again, so then that way they'll dry properly. Otherwise, if we put them just as knotted rags in there, then they won't dry at all. So what we do is volunteers, when they're working, if they have volunteer clothing, they'll put them in the rag bin and we'll wash those along with them. And this, when I say volunteer clothing, this is stuff that people are using when they're working in the land, whether it's their own personal clothes or whether it's clothes that we supplied. Because there's not so much rags, we're going to put it about 30 to 40 minutes. Usually when it's a full load, we put it on 40 to 50 minutes. And then we put it on heavy. We make sure the lint. Oh, so now you can see someone didn't do the lint. This should be checked by the cleaner as soon as you're doing a laundry to make sure. Lint would go into the lint container right here. And then over here, just wipe this down a little bit. And now we can turn it on. And we got that going. It's our wonderful eco toilet. Very nice, very popular, most photographed room. Here, the maintenance activities, it's got its own cleaning equipment here. Toilet plunger, its own broom. We like to have 3 rolls of toilet paper here. The sanitary napkins, we supply sanitary napkins for women. We like to put that under the sign right here. Want to have a roll on the, usually we should have a roll on this one as well. Bidet, put on the handle. And basically to sweep down the platform and make sure everything looks nice in here. This is actually a mosquito fish pond, and there's fish in here that eat the mosquito larvae. Now what happens is these weeds here grow very quickly, not weeds but water lilies, these mini ones. So every now and then I take a few out just with my hands and put them over there. So that way we allow more sunlight to get down to the pond and the fish. You know, that way it's not clogged and covered over with lilies. So moving over this way, we're just cleaning and sweeping the floor when you're doing the cleaning shift here. Another thing to check is to look at the towel line, and this is where people hang their clothes. Sometimes you'll notice that a towel looks like it's been hanging there forever, and that's because it has. It means that someone's checked out and they've left their towel. So what we do with that one is we put the towel then into the laundry and we wash it in the normal cycles, and then it goes, we recycle towels and we sell them because we get so many towels, and that's how we do it. We see what's going, and if it turns out that it is someone's towel, they simply ask for it and we give it back to them, washed and cleaned. Another thing to check on the cleaning shift is this is the gas pilot. We want to make sure that we have this off because in the daytime we don't need to have, there's a pilot light on here, we don't need to have that burning and wasting gas. So to turn that off is I just take my finger here, hold on to the side here for leverage, pull that off, and then I close the gas, turning this closed right here. Now moving over here, we go into the shower, right over here, and over here, this one, what happens is many people use soaps and everything like that. The soap drips, it goes down on the ground, it makes the soap stain. So all we do here, we keep always a scrubbing brush here. We just scrub this down when we're on cleaning shift. And basically the idea is to make it look roughly like this. We wipe down the walls and counters and neaten up some of the things, the condiments and shampoos and everything like that to make sure it looks good. If we see something like this, something that's an old shampoo that looks like it's been left here for a long time, again, it's probably because it has. It's now what we call an abandoned shampoo. What we do with those is we'll take those and we'll put them in this area here, in the laundry area. We put them here because to be eco means we try not to throw away things. So if we have half shampoo and it's old and in a kind of skanky bottle, we'll put it here so that when we're washing our dirty rags, we can use some of that, some of the shampoo in with it, a little bit with it, and then we can use less soap powder or soap liquid. Because the soap liquid that we use is very expensive and it's all eco-friendly. So we can use a little less of that and then we use a little bit of shampoo, and that helps us do the rags. As you're going along this way, you do a cleanup of the toothbrush zone. Again, trying to keep people's personal stuff on the upper levels or in the drawers here. And basically wiping down the counters and stuff like that. Yeah, as part of the cleaning shift is very important. It's organizing the recycling. There is a separate video about how to organize the recycling, so we recommend that you watch that. Community area, there's a few things. Not only do you wash the dishes, but you also make sure, and like things like this, which is, this is all organic matter in the tray. With this, what we do is we take this and put this in the compost. And so we got that one there, and we clean up the sinks and everything like that. With the dishes, all the dishes get put here, and what that does is it creates a lot of clutter. This looks terrible like this. So what we do is we organize it. We take the plastics, go down in these are the plastic storage, the food storage things. The cutting tray goes over here, and you heard the clang of dishes because it was all put on top of each other. So what we try to do is make it so stuff is not resting on each other. Lids will go down there, and actually every once in a while what we do is we make sure we match up lids to plastic containers so that to ensure that there's not a bunch of extra lids or a bunch of extra containers. It keeps everything eco, and that way everyone has things for storage when they need to store their food. Basins and cooking stuff we put on the upper level for drainage. Anything that has a hole in it, we hang up on the hangers. Anything that's a blade on it, we put on the magnetic strip here. Big containers like this one, baking stuff, we put on, this is the baking area here. This one here is the cups. The mixer should go in where the mixer should be. Now, one of the cleaning things is to organize the egg crates so that they fit more efficiently, and that way we can fit more of them into the box so that when the farmers do come over, they can get a lot of egg crates. This is the hangout zone where people, where everyone hangs out. Well, the way we clean this one is basically plumping up the cushions, making sure if any of the hand rests and stuff like that look too dirty, we launder it. If anything looks too over the top dirty, we launder the tops. Basically, we're cleaning up the ashtrays, putting away people's stuff. If we find people's personal stuff like this that's just left around, we can't chase after everyone all the time to find whose clothes or whose things or what. So what we do is we simply take it and we put it into the lost and found. Now this is a little fly catcher. We put little sweets down below. It's an inverted bottle, and basically the flies go down, get attracted to the sugars, and they get trapped. In the nighttime it gets a little bit chillier, so many times people take out blankets. And what we do with that is we leave small blankets out so everyone can use those to curl up in and make themselves nice and comfy. But when you're doing cleaning, you want to fold up back the blankets and put them in our little blanket area right here so that they're nicely stored right there. Up here is where we have all the sheets. Over here is where we have the sheets as well, king size, queen size sheets. And part of the shift again is organizing the sheets and making sure that looks harmonious. Here we have the first aid section. The organizing of this as a cleaner is basically that. You're picking up after and organizing things, art supplies and art supplies, musical instruments, setting up the library so it looks a bit presentable. And in here, this area here is an area that you could vacuum in. And that's a really good one. The outside where the dirt is anyway, so you might as well sweep the stuff out in the outer area there. But this part here, it's a good one to vacuum. Now when you're doing the fridge, you want to check out and look at the map. We have a special fridge system, and that actually is going to be subject to another video that explains the fridge system. The final thing, and this will be done in separate videos, is the cleaning of bed spaces. When you're on cleaning shift, a cleaning shift is basically, the idea is it's 3 hours long, unless we call it a half shift. If there's not many people on the property, then often you can do the work in a half a shift. But when there's a full house, it's a full shift to keep everything really up and in order. And on that cleaning shift, when it's your full shift, if there's a checkout that day, then that bed space is also part of the cleaning shift. And the final thing is, in your cleaning shift, you have what, at the end of the day, at the end of the shift, you want to save 10 minutes of your time for what we call rat and cockroach prevention. And what that is basically just before you're going to bed, you just come into the kitchen area, wipe down the surfaces, take any dishes that are hanging around to wash those up, clean up the surfaces, take out the garbage here. You take out the garbage and close that down, and that basically makes rat and cockroach prevention, because in the nighttime when everyone's gone to sleep, if there's stuff left out, that's when the rats and cockroaches. Which is when you're doing the kitchen duty, cleanup, and there's no handle for this one, so it's absolutely the wrong compost bucket that we're using. But let me grab this one for now, and this is you have to take out the compost. Now you see the chickens are here? You make the clicking sound, and the chickens follow. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna love that one. All right, and you can see the chickens eating away there. They'll have fun. So we have that as one compost zone. That pretty much covers everything. It was a little longer than I expected, but I think yeah, that covers it all. Thank you. Aloha.